Morning, everybody. There's Mama. She's doing her morning hike. I've kind of not told y'all anything about what we're doing right now. Well, I led you on to the idea of what we're doing. We are in Purcell, Oklahoma, which is kind of south, almost straight south of Oklahoma City. And we are installing this bad boy. So this is a 33-foot tower. There's our backhoe guy. He's up there. He's gonna dig our huge footing for us. And here's the windmill. I don't know if that, we got an Explorer in there for scale. We didn't bring a banana for scale. We figured we'd just bring an Explorer for scale. It's 16 foot. The reason I didn't show y'all us assembling all this because it's the same as a little one. Everything's heavier, but it's actually a lot easier to assemble. So but I'll kind of stand here and just I'm standing right beside it. You can kind of get an idea how big it is. So, but anyway, yeah, it's pretty amazing. Everything's massive. These are the legs that are the anchors that go into the ground. They're like I think 6'8", I believe. Yeah, 6'8". So everything's humongous. It's got your double platform. So pretty awesomeness. We're excited. So, but yeah, what he's gonna do with his backhoe, I've got these points right here laid out, and we're gonna dig down. I'm thinking roughly 5.5 feet. I think we're gonna go 5.5 feet because I want to leave a foot or so sticking out of the ground because we're gonna form up and pour concrete, possibly. And I want to make provisions for that if that's what the owner decides to do. So anyway, the goal today is get this dug, get the tower stood up. We have concrete truck coming at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I hope to have y'all a part of all of that. Like I said, the reason I haven't had y'all in any of the other stuff of this because it's just a normal assembly. You know, the tower's the same, the wheel's the same. It's just big. Kicked me and Lori's tail both parts of this. So there would have been no time to go and change batteries because of like every 20 minutes the camera's going beep 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 and it dies. So we have to stay in on this and going, and or we'll get lost where we're at and all that good stuff. But anyway, thank y'all for joining us today. This may be, I think we have one more day of this. Today is January 28th of 2025, and I have a big crane, the Able Crane Service that did the 14-footer for me. You remember that? He will be here. I think we're scheduled for February 4th for him to be here. We may be able to get him here earlier. I wasn't sure how everything was going to go out here and how the wheel assembly was going to go. We did it in 4 hours yesterday, y'all. I'm really surprised. So all is well. It's been a few weeks since we've been in here to make a video because of this, because we've been really cramming on all of our other jobs to get ready to get this thing going. This is top priority right now because we have a lot of money tied up in this. So the faster we get this done, the faster we get our money back. So anyway, thank you all for joining us. All right, everybody. Got some big old deep holes here. 6 feet deep. What I have is the feet are setting on those blocks. And I've got each one of those blocks stacked up a foot. There's a lot of rebar I'm about to put in the hole. Go around. And that's what it is all the way around. And we're setting really good and square. Not square, level. So, and that's all the way around. I've already checked it. So, we're fixing to have some concrete coming in. It's going good. I had to do a whole lot of bar work. The backhoe really made it easy. I could have never done this. So I'm really glad he was here and able to help us out, because we'd have been in a pickle. Nobody wants to be in a pickle. So, but anyway, there's the old Transit. That thing came over on the Mayflower, I think, but you know what? Still works really good. We use it. Huh? Oh, thought I heard Lori talking, but it's just geese. There's the tower. Oh, DD. I was hoping I'd be able to set that head with the truck, but I don't think so. It's a little too tall. That's okay. I'd say it's a really good day for the big crane to come back that I really would like to have in one of my own. But I really like that guy, so I'll just keep using him. So anyway, concrete should be here pretty quick. So I'll try to turn it back on while we're working concrete. I'll try. I don't know if I will or not. But again, that backhoe guy did phenomenal. And my rebar is going to go all in here. I'm going to bend some 90s in here and it'll all be done right. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to put 4 feet of concrete in this. The strength of a windmill in the ground is not so much the concrete that's holding it in the ground as it is the dirt on top of it. You know, when grass comes back in and fills it all in, talk about a really nice, tight, compacted surface. And all this clay that I'm going to be putting back in the hole is really good. And we have a lot of rain coming in tomorrow, which is perfect. So anyway, I'll let y'all go. We'll get back to it here pretty quick. Well, good morning, everybody. Mama.
Morning.
You can see by our attire, our choice of clothing, it's cold today. It's cold. This is not ideal conditions for what we're going to do today. Set this bad boy up. But when you schedule a crane so far out, you know, we can change it. We can, you know, like last night we talked on the phone. He goes, if you see anything, if you're like, let's not do this, we can always reschedule. But I'm good with what we have here. It's not wet, you know, it's really good clay, so I don't see anything being a problem for like getting him stuck or anything. But we do have a little bit of a wind today, quite a bit of a wind actually. I don't know, and it's cold, so I don't know. But by the end of today, there will be a 16-foot windmill sitting on top of that tower right chunk. So here's the big old brake handle. We're fixing to get that put on. I've got to get the furling. There's a cable. Actually, I usually use a wire. I usually use a number 9 wire from there down to there. I've got a cable we're going to use for that. Stand beside that bonnet, Mama. See that bonnet? It's huge. So, but I'll show you what I have. I have it kind of propped up here because what we'll do, and kind of like we did on the 14, you saw that we hooked up, and we have to lift this 8 feet, and then the crane will be hooked onto this bale out here. I'll do all the lifting because I don't want any pressure this direction. I don't want any axial pressure on this because I don't want any axial deflection on this, which would make this thing not want to run. You don't want to bend this. So we are going to do all the lifting right here. We'll lift it up 8-9 feet roughly, and then we'll, at that point, he will have he'll put a little bit of tension on his cable and on this guy, and then I will start relieving pressure on my cable, which will allow it to rotate down into position. And that's where the angle we'll put it up at. I have to apologize. The day that we set the tower up, I told y'all we've got a concrete truck coming. We got this. Well, the concrete truck showed up, and me and Lori were all hands on deck getting concrete poured. So you didn't see any of this getting done, but there is 9 yards of concrete under these feet, which is a lot of concrete. But we did that on purpose. We don't want this thing to go anywhere. Customer he said, man, I'm right in the middle of like tornado. They kind of come from like the Lawton area. They work their way through here. We're in Purcell. They kind of go north here, go south here. We're right in the dead center of where, you know, the tornadoes seem to track during the spring. So he's like, what can we do? So we put a whole concrete truck of concrete underneath this. So that's what I'm doing to try to hope that it doesn't go anywhere. But again, y'all didn't get to see that. It was pretty cool, but I mean, we were hoeing concrete, raking concrete, scooting it around because we had to get it to go around this. He was parked over here. We had to get the flow all the way around, and we were dragging it and putting rebar in as we were going. So there was no way that we were going to be able to handle a camera and do all that. I also did not show the assembly of the wheel of the whole head. look how big that is compared to the truck sitting there beside it. I didn't show you that because it's the same as every other one. It's actually easier. Everything's heavy, but everything fits together better on these bigger mills than the smaller ones. You have to do a lot of work to get those together. These things kind of just go together. The tower is the same case. Once you've seen one tower go together, you've seen them all go together. So that's kind of why I didn't show any of that. It's just, y'all don't want to see the same thing over and over and over again. I get that. I'm trying to make my videos better. So here about noon-ish is when our crane will be here. And I promise you, since Lori doesn't have any part of the crane work other than just the initial lift, we're gonna get some video of that. And I have to show you the 16’er going up. I have to, because it's just too cool. So anyway, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna help her get this thing set up, and then we'll be back.
All right, as you can see, the crane is here. See Shane climbing up the tower there. He's got a alignment piece that he's gonna put on the very top of the tower. It's gonna help this kind of set over the tower and get set down with hopefully no problems or incidents. The wind is laid down a little bit. You can't really tell by those flags. I'm not sure you can see the flags up there. But anyway, this is where we're at right now. and get y'all around here to where you can see Shane. It's crazy. He's got to climb up on the tail to even reach. It's so crazy. Well, y'all, there it is. 16 foot is in its forever home. Wow. Can't wait to give him a hug and a high five when he gets down. This gentleman took the bonnet up to Shane. That was awfully nice. Tell you, you do. You sure do meet a lot of nice people doing this. Helpful people.
We did it, Mama.
Woohoo!
Y'all didn't know I was part spider monkey, did you? You have to be part spider monkey to do this. It's just either that or I could go work for the circus. I've always wanted to do that. So there it is, spinning in all of its glory. Hang on, I'll get back here. Look at that cool flag. America, the land of the free, because of the brave. So you get a cool windmill tail painted like that. Really awesome. The scale on this, I think I've told y'all before, my favorite scale of windmill, and what I mean by scale is like the aspect ratio of the wheel to the tower, is an 8:21. It just has a good look. And this is kind of, you know, it's not the same number, but it's really close. It has that same short, squatty, huge, fat head. So, I don't know, it just don't get no better than that. So, there's that side. And it's getting it, y'all. It's getting it. That thing produces a lot of horsepower. Maybe more torque. That's probably the right word. Somebody's gonna correct me, I'm sure, but it's a lot of whatever it is, it's a lot. It's strong. There's the other side. If you're an OSU fan, sorry, it's an OU windmill. This is an OU windmill. But check that out, isn't that cool? There's a highway, Highway 74 runs right through there. You'll be able to see this really well. You can see cars over there. You'll be able to see this really good. And the highways kind of winds around this place. So there's nowhere, if you're headed south of Purcell, Oklahoma, Highway 74, if you don't, you should anyway. And swing by and look at this windmill. So cool. But I've got to adjust the brake a little bit. The wheel's not completely stopping when I shut it down, but that's okay. It's new. I got to get all the little kinkies worked out of it. But we're gonna probably, I'm still breathing hard.
Oh, this is wonderful. I'm glad to have this one checked off the list.
I think it's the dopamine. No, what kicks in? Adrenaline. When you're up there and the crane's moving that thing around, and it's 400 pounds of whatever kite in 30-mile-an-hour winds, and if you don't have a stud crane operator, I'd have been really scared. But if Lori was running the crane or that guy's running the crane, I'm good. If it was anybody else, I wouldn't be good. But it went right on. I don't think he was quite set up to see as good as he was on the 14. I don't know, but he was fighting the wind a lot different than he was on that 14. Yeah, sure. So I think what he was doing is he was overshooting it because the wind was pushing it back in. He was trying to, but when he would do that, the wind would let up and it'd swing like 3 feet out, and I was trying to pull it in, and he'd have to keep, right. Sorry man, I keep, nobody wants to see this mug. So anyway, he did a great job. Abel Crane, he's my buddy now. I like him a lot. So me and Mom's gonna get off here. Sorry, we've taken a hiatus for a month. When you see this, you'll know that we haven't put any videos out in a month. A couple reasons there. I got another camera, and I try to do 2 cameras on a job. I'm not smart enough for that. So I just deleted all that footage, and we're gonna start fresh with this one, single camera. I may use the other camera just as backup, but I'm not smart enough to do that. So anyway, we had a good month off from editing videos and trying to carry camera around on the job. We're back.
Are we back?
We're back. And this has been a big deal. I've been mentally preparing for today for this whole month. I mean, since we haven't been making videos, I've been at other jobs, knocking them out because we have a lot of money tied up in this. So I've been trying to do everything I can do to stay afloat. And y'all, I'm sorry, but carrying a camera around and trying to do jobs doesn't work. It's not conducive to getting on a site and getting something done. So, but now I can put everything on kind of slow motion mode again. Get back into making some cool videos. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Appreciate y'all subscribing, watching. Hit the old like button, the old subscribe button. Share with all your buddies. And again, thank y'all for watching way down here in Purcell, Oklahoma. Mama, anything to say?
Make it a great day. I know it is here.
Yeah, y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.